balls on this prick.
Not anymore. Not since the testosterone treatments. Like little grape seeds. Makes the dick look bigger, but what? What the? How do you do this? What the fuck? I had ashes on my face. That's right, it's Ash, it is Wednesday. I fucked that joke up. How you doing, folks? Great to be with you. I have some type of AIDS. Hold on. Never fails. Still blowing nice bloody snots. It's tremendous. Hate to gross you out, folks, but like I said, the nose dries up in 2 hours. Same two pieces come out. They look alike. They're identical. They're like driftwood. You could cut fucking diamonds with them. It's so fucking hard with a nice bloody tail on it. I'm using all this shit that I don't believe in. My wife believes in all that shit, whether it's nasal spray, whatever, eucalyptus. I just don't believe in any of that shit. I believe in bleeding out. Just typical idiot guy. Just don't have the time. You know, it does work, that fucking Ricola shit. The guy that blowing the horn that we used to laugh at on those commercials. Ricola. You chew those up, and it's like, that works. The fumes go up into your sinuses. That's why I'm huffing paint cans this morning. I was trying to think of, what is it, cryolium? What is it?
I think so.
What's the spray?
Yeah, sounds right.
I go to Dallas like his memory's any better than mine. It's really fucking hilarious. Because after 30, it just throw in the concussions. I'm telling you. There's a couple things that I was looking for my phone for a fucking hour last night, trying to go to bed. I said, I got to be in bed by 1. Here it is, 5 or 2, I'm still up. Now I go, okay, I got to go to bed. Looking for my phone just because I want to charge it in the bedroom. I can't fucking find it. I'm downstairs flipping couch cushions, and this shit didn't happen a few years ago. I will be in a diaper by May of 2025. Anybody want to change it?
Well, where was it?
I can't remember. Hold on. It's a great question. Where was it? In the kitchen. I cleaned up the kitchen because I cooked something. Don't ask me because I have no idea what I cooked. Can't remember. But it was delicious, I'm sure. And I was using a phone to time something. So it was down at the end of the counter and shit. But I went in there like 3 times. Too lazy to walk all the way down to the end of the kitchen and look. Just flip the light on. What the fuck? I don't get upstairs till like 10 after 2. Furious. So like, I'll try to rub one out. No, I couldn't do that either. Too old for that. I'll be dead soon. And you guys, whatever. Anyways, real quick, what else? Excuse me. Watched my Boston Bruins, who are just not a good hockey team this year whatsoever, and they started a long road trip in Winnipeg last night. I know you guys don't follow the NHL, but the West, all the teams are really good. Winnipeg started off like 15-1, now they're like 20-something-9, and that was the first game last night of this 6-game longest road trip of the year out west. Bruins get smoked, embarrassed. They're losing 6-1. Winnipeg scores, makes it 6-1 about halfway through the third period. And I'm sitting there going, because I have no friends, well, it's 1 in the morning. Who's going to be sitting in my house? But I'm down there going, when's the brawl going to start? Because this is what hockey does. They called it the old frontier. When you're getting embarrassed and some team's beating you, you drop the gloves and start fucking trying to save some self-respect and send a message. Sure enough, I'm like, when's this? I didn't even get it out of my mouth. Fucking gloves come off. Trent Frederick, toughest guy. Nobody fights him. He's got a baby face, and he's not a troublemaker, but anytime anybody fucks with him. So he went after some guy. Turns out this guy's never had a fight in the NHL in his life. He's not a fighter. Frederick knocked him out with the first punch. Right to the jaw, the guy sat down. Didn't jump on him because that's what white guys do. We don't kick. And so now their coach is yelling at our coach, going, what a punk move. You go after a guy who's never fought, whatever. And I'm sure if Trent Frederick didn't know who he's going after. But he's yelling at our coach. Our coach is yelling back. As they have the camera on that, you hear the crowd going nuts. It pans over. Our new tough guy, Kastelik, he's our new tough guy. He might be the toughest guy on the team. He takes on a 6'7" guy and hits him in the back, and they have like 4 rights till he goes to the ground. I went to bed happy. Fuck hockey. This is what it's all about. It was so old school, and the announcers know it. They're like, this is what the Boston Bruins do. It's been in their DNA for years, and it's why they're my favorite sports franchise in Boston. I went to bed with a big smile on face. By the way, just to rub it in, Winnipeg got 2 more goals within 10 seconds after the fight. It made it 8-1. They put their top power play on, even though they were beating us 6-1, just to rub it in. And boy, did they rub it in. So I can't wait to see. This road trip could be the end of every... I just smell a big trade coming because this team stinks to high heavens. Although they're big and they can fight, and they kind of dirty, my Bruins. That I love. But you got to win, too. Oh, fuck it. Sorry to bore you people. I don't know how hockey isn't, like, right behind football as far as popular. I'll never understand it. And I was telling Dallas, I like the white behavior where 2 guys can fucking kick the shit out of each other and then line up for the face-off, 10 minutes later in the game and not fight the rest of the night. Show me any other fucking race that can do that. You know what I'm talking about, NBA? I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's move on.
Talk to me right here in the face.
That's right. Asians. Even the Asians are nice about it. Talk to me in the face. I'm right here. Like some booty. Oh, my God. Why the fuck haven't I played that one? I got to just start doing some Asian story. All right, let's get right to it. The jig is up. And no, that's not racial, folks. The walls are closing in on perhaps the most influential youth agenda transition physician in America after she admitted hiding the results of her federally funded study that failed to find mental health improvements from so-called gender-affirming care, contradicting her prior characterization of the study's population to explain the results. Can you imagine? This is a doctor with no ethics lying.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
Lied. Federally funded and lied. And I guarantee because of the world we live in, she'll still have a job or whatever. Do you understand what reaffirming care, do you understand what that is? That's puberty blockers, cutting young girls' tits off. Do you understand that? And she's all for it. And saying, it doesn't have a negative effect, in which, and she hides the real results. What an evil, she should be, whatever the equivalent of being disbarred is. Johanna Olson-Kennedy. That's right, John Kennedy. Oh, wait a minute, she's got a bit of a boy face herself. Doesn't she? Not that I still wouldn't poke her. Look. I'm like Joe Pesci in Raging Bull. You know me, I'd fuck anything. That's what he says. I don't fuck anything, I'm married. Johanna Olson-Kennedy, Children's Hospital, Los Angeles pediatrician and president-elect with a huge cockarini, of the U.S. Professional Association, Jesus Christ, blah, 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 for transgender health, and they're in the Northeast Conference. They'll be in the Big Ten next year. Is the lead defendant in a new lawsuit by UCLA student Kaya Clementine Breen. Seen here, I don't know what
Stage it's at.
What was it at the beginning? A 7-year patient who detransitioned and can reportedly back her claims using Olson-Kennedy's patient notes. So I think she was any help?
Girl to boy,
back to girl. Back to girl. Yes. So yeah, you can tell. I think she's had the boobs removed, maybe. Six GOP senators joined House Oversight Committee Republicans last week in demanding the National Institutes of Health, NIH, turn over information on Olson-Kennedy's 2-year study that started in 2015, which helped create a false medical consensus on puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and surgical interventions for gender-confused youth. Think about where we are as a society, folks. Just think about, 10 years ago. Look where we are. We can't even agree on it's fucking, and it's not the right. There's an insane mentality that votes a certain way. This case is about a team of purported healthcare providers who collectively decided that a vulnerable girl struggling with complex mental health struggles and suffering from multiple instances of sexual abuse should be prescribed a series of life-altering drugs starting at age 12 and breast removed at age 14. That's what the suit says. And I would like to follow this story to see what happens to her. Lying, first of all, the feds gave you the money to do and then you lie? How many people are lining up to sue her? I can't believe this is her only... Anyways. You can't be lopping off tits. There's a shortage of nice tits in the nation. You understand? They're very valuable. There's not many out there. You don't believe me? Walk around, look at the airports and the malls. Anyways, let's move on to nice. Hey, a little great news. Let's lighten it up right off the bat. I try to mix up the stories. My buddy, the great Greg Gutfeld, headline, Gutfeld, no homo. He likes to pretend. I asked him that when I first met him because he gives off this aura, and he always made gay jokes and shit, and who knows? Yeah. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, though, although he did wrestle in high school, so. But either way, he always made these gay. When I did Reddit, I go, dude, are you gay? In between, commercial, I go, are you gay? He goes, no, we fucking like to lead the. And I said, yeah, but the skirt and the boots tonight? No. Anyways, Greg Gutfeld, Fox News personality, him and his wife, Elena Musa, she's Russian, I believe, have announced the arrival of their first child, a baby girl. Great picture, by the way. That's the classiest he has ever looked. He usually has a mustard-colored sweater with a poodle on it or some shit. And that is it. Look at the hair on this baby girl. The joyous news was shared during an episode of The Five, the network's widely watched panel show, where Gutfeld is a host. And when they did this story, he yelled out,
"Hey, everybody, we're all going to get laid."
No, he wasn't there, actually. He's been out for 3 weeks. The announcement brought warm congratulations from his colleagues and fans, adding a celebratory note to the broadcast. I just wanted to drop that in there. See, now you don't wrap the kid up like it was shot. What? That's another picture. That baby, the face right there is like me when I tasted the ziti at Olive Garden. She was reading me the specials, and that's the face I made. Did you say spaghetti with a buffalo sauce? I'll have the, this is the one that sent me to the top. I'll have the hot dog bolognese. Anyways, congratulations, Greggy boy. Well-deserved. You got big stones at age 60 to be having a baby, I'll tell you that much. I can't wait till you go to that first teachers meeting, and you're 82, and the daughter's in 5th grade. Take some big stones, but man, he's I know he can afford it, and he's a great fucking dude, and so's the wife. Not the wife's a woman. I didn't want to confuse him. Let's move on. Mace Manhandled. You know who I'm talking about, right? I didn't realize she had such a rack, this woman. Rep. Nancy Mace, Republican of South Carolina, said she was physically accosted at the U.S. Capitol building complex Tuesday by a transgender rights activist who was later arrested by Capitol police. So,
raping me.
Well, she didn't say that.
This is rape. This is rape.
I like how a tranny's just wandering around. I guess she was there. It was open to the public, is what they said in this story. But once again, violence from the left. And why are you saying transgenders from? Because it is. That's why. I was physically, this is Nancy Mace talking, I'll say that much. The transgender guy / girl had good taste. It's quite a rack, Nancy. I was physically accosted at the Capitol tonight by a pro-trans man, the Congresswoman wrote on X. One new brace for my wrist and some ice for my arm, and it'll heal just fine, Mace added, suggesting she suffered minor injuries as a result of the incident. Mace, who has pushed to limit access to single-sex, she's trying to push this bill through, this make it a law, limit access to single-sex facilities inside the Capitol complex, indicated that the incident was sparked over my fight to protect women. There's a congresswoman, if you don't know it, trans woman named McBride, first open transgender congressperson in history, I believe. She came in new in the class recently. So she doesn't want to be in the bathroom with that fucking guy. Or anybody else should. I'll argue that she's right till I'm blowing my pussy. Capitol Police said James McIntyre, 33, that's James McIntyre? That's James McIntyre? Still a woman? I don't get it. Was arrested inside the Rayburn House office building in connection with the incident. Mace and her staff have been the subject of several vile threats, as you will be when the left doesn't get their way and they're retarded and violent. And subject of several vile threats in the wake of the Congresswoman's push to ban transgender women from using female facilities inside the Capitol. The 47-year-old Congresswoman introduced a transgender bathroom ban resolution last month in response to Rep-elect Sarah McBride, Democrat, Delaware, fella who thinks it's a woman now. I'm saying you're electing mentally ill people, although we've probably been doing that for the history of the country, the way it's election to the lower chamber, no pun intended. No. McBride, 34, will become the first openly transgender member of Congress when she's sworn in next month. Anyways, Nancy Mace, this was released yesterday or whatever. Maybe it's been around for a little while. I'm not sure. I found it in the Telegram, one of those UK papers. But Nancy Mace was caught on video. This is when she was still a South Carolina rep or running for something in South Carolina. Doesn't really matter. She was caught on video a little while ago in a gross act. Some people call it gross. Well, I'm with him on the first. Yeah, I guess you're right. With two women and a man. I guess. I think I saw three men, didn't I? Anyways, she does a shot, and she's going to spit it into the mouth of supposedly a lesbian who looks like me in high school. I don't know. I want to try this with, who am I going to do it with, my wife and the dog? What the fuck am I thinking? I still think I'm in high school. Check this out. Anyways. Here's me. Bad haircut. To this guy who doesn't even fit. Looks like a dentist. Now he comes over to Grammy, and apparently he's gay. Apparently he's gay because he throws up after kissing a woman. What a mess! Holy God, help us! I don't know what to say. I think that just recently was publicized, so whatever. It doesn't change your point. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I would think trans people will be going, since they don't seem shy about getting a little kinky, they'd be like, wow, she's going hard on her. Maybe she's not that conservative bitch we thought she was. But she's got a rack on her, like you read about in Rack Weekly, like you find in the rib section. I'm talking rackerini. I'm not talking baby back ribs. Let's bring back that catchy commercial, baby back, baby, I want my baby back. Anyhow, I'm burning up. I can feel it. Hey, before I go on, if you guys are, you want to see the rest of my show, Louder with Crowder, and all the content available on Rumble Premium, click on the link in the description below. If you haven't converted from locals yet, there is a second link showing you how to do that. You can subscribe for $9.99 a month or $89 annually if you use my promo code MUGCLUB, one word, MUGCLUB, and do it. I mean, Rumble Premium is the place to be. It's the only platform left. You can still cut it loose. So we'll see how long that... but I think this guy, Chris Pavlovsky, is that who owns it? Guy knows what he's doing. And nobody appreciates the First Amendment like that guy. I mean, a few do, but he's putting his money where his mouth is. Also, when you go to nickdip.com, I have a date coming up at the Bricktown Comedy Club in Tulsa, Oklahoma on February 20th. Of next year. Supposedly Tommy's on working on new dates, but I heard that like 6 months ago and saw him on video with a chef's hat trying to unclog a fryolator. See, Tommy is a moneymaker. He can't look at anything without going, how do I squeeze money out of him? Which is, look, if I had his business acumen, I'd be the same way. And I've given him this exact lecture. But pick one, dude. I'm not supposed to be a fucking hobby for you. He's got 48 streams of income, and I'm just one of them. How do you own 2-3 restaurants? You know how much business, you know how much time it takes, and I don't care. You're like, well, he doesn't have to be there. Oh, yeah, you do. You're on call 24/7. I'm not stupid. But the guy can turn a buck on he's fucking smart as hell. But I'm going to call you, Tommy, at the end of this week and go, okay, last week you said you get right back to me. So I'm putting you on notice, but you don't watch this show, so. In other exciting news, we launched our new merch store in time for Christmas, and everything in the store is 20% off until December 15th. You don't even need a promo code. The discount comes off in checkout. Just go to nickdip.com and click on merch. We added a lot of new stuff. Winter beanies, baseball shirts like this, hoodies, caps, mugs, stickers, and all that shit. Check out our new Patriot collection. All the items come in red, white, and blue with our matching logo. So head over to nickdip.com before December 15th to get 20% off everything. Don't miss it.
Hi, good night, everybody.